I'm getting the impression that Dexter's sick of us. He's finally relaxed on the other side of the RV. What you doing over there, Dex, huh? I'm ignoring you, Mom. Midway between Laramie and Cheyenne, Wyoming, you'll find Curt Gowdy State Park. We chose this as a base camp for exploring the area, but discovered it's a destination all on its own. The park has 3 reservoirs. Boats with a 15 horsepower limit are allowed on the 2 main lakes, with only human-powered boats on the upper North Crow Reservoir, keeping the lakes pretty peaceful. Kayaking, paddleboarding, and fishing are allowed, but no swimming. By the way, since the park and visitor center remain open during the winter, ice sailing is allowed. There are 7 sections of the park, each with campsites. Many of the campsites provide sweeping views of the surrounding Laramie Mountains and are located near each of the 3 reservoirs. It's important to note that there is no dump station at the park. There's a free dump station 24 miles east in Cheyenne at the Southeast Wyoming Welcome Center. We're at Curt Gowdy State Park between Cheyenne and Laramie, Wyoming, and today we're headed out on an awesome hike.
We're going to do the Crow Creek to Hidden Falls Trail. It's 3.6 miles out and back.
Yeah, and there's waterfalls at the end, so that will be like our, I don't know how many waterfalls we've seen this trip. That's one good thing for all the rain that we've had.
Yeah, hopefully the waterfalls are still going. It's pretty dry here right now, but hopefully they're still running.
So we'll take you on the hike with us. We're here on a Saturday, the second Saturday in September, and it is really busy on this trail. In the park, you really can't tell because the camp spaces, at least where we are so far apart, but the trail's really busy. There's mountain bikers, joggers, all coming down. But we're gonna head up and check it out for ourselves. There we are, right up over there. Pretty nice. Isn't this pretty? I'm coming. Oh, cool rocks. All different colors of granite. Well, there's all these fresh prints right down there. Not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but footprints. But I'm not sure that they're human, yet they're shaped like a human. What do you think it is?
It's because it's Sasquatch, it's Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
Yeah.
So those things are like more than a foot. They're like 18 inches.
Yep.
Evidence. What's that? Really good signage here. Of course, we're doing Hidden Falls, Crow Creek, and even a marker. It's okay. I don't like that. The park's 35 miles of trails meet Wyoming requirements that the trails do not fundamentally alter the landscape of the area. And it earned EPIC designation status from the International Mountain Bicycling Association. One more dunk. Come on, Dex. Come on. Good boy. Super pretty with the boulders right here. It's cool. I love having the sound of the water for most of the trail so far. Look at this. Isn't this cool? One day that boulder will fall. It could be next week. Could be a million years from now. Okay, point 3. On we go. So we just learned that we should have brought our water shoes because you can't really see the fall until you get in the water. So I don't know if we'll just go barefoot or what we'll do. There's a church or a club group of some sort here, so it's not going to be peaceful. It's cold. Very cold. My toes are numb. Oh. Very numb. It's easy to walk on, it's not slippery because it's kind of rocky sand, but it's freezing. So we'll break over here for a second.
I still gotta do mine too.
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
Because they don't know you, son. Get it. They don't know you, son.
It's easy to walk, but it's freezing. My toes are numb. My feet are numb. So you saw I did it. I only went like up to my knees in there. The kids were jumping over the rock and sitting down in it. It was cold enough that I could barely feel the bottom of my feet, and I'm glad there was a little sandy area to pull off, but definitely not slippery. I'm having a feeling here there might have been another waterfall to my right that I missed, but I saw the one to the left and I was like, okay, I saw it, let's go back, because my feet were so cold. But it's definitely a great hike, and I would highly recommend this. I didn't bring my water shoes, but it didn't make any difference because it's not slippery at all. Maybe I would have tried to climb over that rock and gotten in a little deeper, but there's not like moss or anything like that there. Ew. Ewy, ewy. Look at that. That's pretty cool. We just finished the Crow Creek Trail, which goes all the way up to Hidden Falls. They're hidden. You get all the way up there and you've got the pool of water, but you actually have to walk in the water a little bit. Sandy bottom, not slippery, anything like that, just really, really cold. And you got to kind of walk back in there to see the falls, but totally worth it. 3.6 miles round trip. Probably took us like 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, because we stopped a lot. We stopped to let Dexter go down to the creek a little bit and stopped to get water ourselves. So definitely worth it. I'm getting the impression that Dexter's sick of us. He's finally relaxed on the other side of the RV. What you doing over there, Dex, huh? I'm ignoring you, Mom. The Abraham Lincoln Memorial Monument overlooks the Interstate 80 freeway between Laramie and Cheyenne, Wyoming. This bust was originally on nearby Sherman Hill along the old U.S. Highway 30, known as the Lincoln Highway. That location was 8,878 feet above sea level, at the highest point of the highway that ran from New York to San Francisco. When Interstate 80 was completed in 1969 and largely superseded the old U.S. Highway 30 as the primary coast-to-coast route, they moved it to its present location at the Summit Rest Area and Visitor Center. And it lost a few feet in elevation. This spot is 8,640 feet above sea level. Sculptor Robert Rusin created the bust, which stands 12.5 feet high and sits on a 30-foot tall granite pedestal. The 2-ton bronze bust was actually created in Mexico due to temperature extremes of the Wyoming plains. 30 bronze pieces were cast and then shipped to Denver, Colorado by train, then from Denver to Laramie by truck, where it was assembled. At the time, it was the only monument to Abraham Lincoln along the Lincoln Highway and the largest bronze head in the U.S., and it was commemorated on Lincoln's 150th birthday. This rest area and information center was built with views in mind from inside as well, and the Wyoming State Parks and Sites Department has provided lots of information, including a film you can watch there. There's other markers here as well. This is also Telephone Canyon, the route where the first long-distance telephone line was run between Cheyenne and Laramie. This rest area also has a monument to Henry Joy, the first president of the Lincoln Highway Association. He considered the highway the greatest thing he ever did, and he wanted to be buried at a viewpoint 140 miles west of here. Well, he was buried in Detroit, but they erected a monument to him at that spot, and then it was relocated here in 2001. We didn't have a lot of time to spend in nearby Laramie, but we did check out the Laramie Mural Project. Laramie's murals are unique in that the project utilizes local artists. They also have one of the best websites of any of the cities we've explored murals in. It's up to date, has online tours, and even explains how to get involved in creating murals. There's definitely some eye-catching masterpieces to be found on the sides of several buildings, but to really find the art, one had to go behind the scenes, literally. Some of the murals start in the front of the building and then wrap around the sides, which leads you to more art located in the alleys. It often seems to be that the bulk of creativity in cities and towns is located in the back of store parking lots and along the alleys. Laramie follows that trend. Laramie's murals are unique in that the project utilizes local artists. They also have one of the best websites of any of the cities we've explored murals in. It's up to date, has online tours, and even explains how to get involved in creating murals. Often, the murals we visit in other places are neglected. Paint is faded, plants have grown over them, or they've been vandalized. We learned that this project continues to raise funds to maintain existing murals as well as for future ones. Another cool thing about Laramie is these public spaces here. Beautifully landscaped, adorned with happy murals, the perfect spot to have your cup of coffee or bring your lunch. With all the stunning trails at Curt Gowdy State Park, it was hard to choose our next hike. We ended up hiking the Shoreline Trail, which goes along the Granite Springs Reservoir. This trail isn't in the All Trails app, and the map on the park's website was a little hard to follow, but since we could mostly follow the water line, we couldn't really get lost. We did end up on a pretty easy but really long hike. So we're camped up there, and the reservoir goes around this way where we parked for this trail. It's just back there. You can see it straight ahead. It's kind of where this reservoir ends, and there's coves and cabins. And sadly, you can't go in the water here. They don't want swimming. Dogs can't go in the water, although they allow stand-up paddleboarding. But it's a pretty big reservoir. It continues back down there. And we're going to continue the trail this way. There were a lot more campsites to explore on this side of the lake, but we didn't see a lot that would easily accommodate a big rig like Rosie. All sites on this side of the lake appear to be dry camping as well. It's the way we just came from. So we walked up from the water to see how the road is, if it's passable for RVs. It looks like it. All of this so far is passable for big RVs. There's some pretty nice campsites down here. I'll mark what numbers they are. And it's still blooming. There's still lots of flowers. There's 4 of those cabins that you can rent. And then this site here, SH 135, you can walk down to the water, which if we had kayaks, or if you have kayaks or boat that you can carry down to the water, it's a nice spot. Pretty. And the trail continues. Right, Dexter? It's a trail for people, not horses or motorized vehicles. It looks like the Shoreline Trail continues. I thought it ended over here, but maybe we're almost at the end. That's another camp host. It's also a handicap accessible site. And this is a group shelter, but there's all these little campsites here that are pretty nice. Another bathroom, pit toilet, better than nothing. Playground. So that's, what's the name on that one?
GP 147.
GP 147. And that's 146. So this trail just keeps going all the way to the dam. Some nice other campsites down here. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this visit to Curt Gowdy State Park and Laramie, Wyoming, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, as it really makes a difference for our channel. And come back for our next Wyoming travel episode, where we'll be visiting the capital city, Cheyenne. We visited the Wyoming State Museum, did a little boutique shopping, and followed a trail of 8-foot-tall cowboy boots. We've put links in this video's description for more information about all the places shown in this episode. There's also links for products and services we use and recommend. And when you come back and use those links, we may get a small commission, and it's a great way at no additional cost to you to support Roaming with Rosie. Right now, if you haven't already, we'd love if you'd click that subscribe button in the corner of this video. And do click that bell so you'll be notified when we upload that new episode. As always, we would love to hear from you, so leave a comment so you can be part of the conversation. Until next time, see ya!